Satya Dharma Reflection on May 13th, 2022. Go ahead. Nothing within the disregarding by itself. By itself. By itself. Nothing is within know itself. Know is not know itself. Disregard even from the disregard itself, well with it. This is not about disregarding something. Disregard even from the disregard itself. Disregard is not itself, well with it. Cut through the cutting itself, cutting the cutter itself. Don't be obsessed to cut something, and let this essence be shared all the same to everything. Let's make a conclusion to purify onwards. The conclusion that purifies itself. Uninvolved already, then unrelate to it furthermore. Disregard is already there. Give no meanings and significance to it furthermore. Uninvolved with disregarding furthermore. The disregarding that is there, just give no significance and meanings and purify it onwards. Purify the one who disregard simultaneously. This is not about being obsessed with disregarding or not. Something within disregarding, there is a personhood in there. That is still a path. Disregard and disregard from itself furthermore. Uninvolved with the disregard, nothing is within the disregard furthermore. Nothing is within the non-attachments. Continue onwards. The non-attachment doesn't grasp itself, is not relevant to itself. Without disregarding, samsara will not be ended. There is only just about circling, circling and circling. without disregarding is unending. There's only about arising, creating the cycle of becoming. To be limited with just disregarding, the ending is not yet graceful. To gracefully ending, let's end samsara simultaneously. Disregard, even from the disregard itself, all the same to everything. To end gracefully, samsara is to be given ending simultaneously. Only just ending is not yet graceful. Ending individually is not yet graceful. To be graceful in ending, it has to be helping through ending simultaneously, helping through ending. Let it be all the same to everything, disregard even from the disregard itself, internally and externally, all the same. Let's help end continuously for one another. Disregard, uninvolved with the disregard. Don't go back to drown and be drowsy and maintain anything. Uninvolved with the disregarding again and again, continuously. Don't return to be drowsy again. For what? To maintain anything for what? Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself that is already there. Go on continuously again and again. With this, it will help to unwinding and releasing for samsara continuously. Uninvolved again and again. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself again and again continuously. Don't return to be drowned within stillness and indifference. Don't return to attempt to dwell and to maintain and fixate to anything again. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself, then again uninvolved within the uninvolved itself. Diligently help to unwinding and releasing for samsara. To be just about ending is not graceful, not yet graceful. To make it graceful, it has to continue with helping through ending for samsara. Therefore, disregard again and again. Uninvolved with the disregard itself, however it is, just continue onwards, disregard, even from the disregard itself, again and again. Even it's already disregarding, uninvolved with the disregard, furthermore, again and again. This will turn into compassion and the great compassion. In helping through ending for samsara, this is not about mind to mind or mind to anything. To be obsessed with meanings and significance and involvement, it is samsara, it is the arising. The disregard is not itself, child. Therefore, to enable to help ending for samsara, the compassion and great compassion has to be shared more often. Each sentence reflects towards ending of samsara, to help samsara towards ending. Each sentence is the anupap or the mighty force to help end for samsara. It is not to add more samsara or to continue samsara. Each terminology, each sentence is the ending within itself. Each sentence is the form up of sentences, purifies itself. Disregard, even from the disregard itself, all the same. Child is the terminology that purifies itself, ends within itself. It is not adding or stimulate the arising or creating samsara or realms of existence at all. There are already this essence of ending in so many Buddha eras already, but samsara is huge. Therefore, to help ending has to continue. This is not about ending and that's it. Samsara is huge, has tremendous number in itself. Therefore, we have to form up the ending essence to share continuously into samsara. This is not nibbana and that's it. Samsara still exists tremendously. Therefore, help through ending for samsara continuously as well. Therefore, don't reserve the manners to hide within stillness or indifference, not to be just extinction or nothing is there, or disregarding or just about uninvolved. So don't just be limited with just nothing is in anything. So don't be obsessed with just no. No is not even no itself. Don't be limited with just uninvolved. Uninvolved even within the involved itself. This will turn into purification without traces for samsara. It's called purification of emptiness. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. Don't let it fall into the belief values. Like having this traditional belief about yes and no. This is traditional belief value. Here, this is not about yes or no. Nothing within yes or no. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. Don't let it become limited with just belief values. To be obsessed with uninvolved on and on. To be obsessed with just involvement on and on. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved. Uninvolved even within the involvement. This is not just about not grasping something. No grasping even the non-grasping itself. Don't let it fall into any belief values. Or any values given to deluded viewpoints. Having favor about grasping or not grasping. No grasping even the non-grasping itself. Let's not be obsessed with just not grasping something. No grasping even the non-grasping itself. This will be nothing within grasping or not grasping. Don't let it be limited with just any belief values of the viewpoints regarding attachment or detachment. Nothing is within attachment or detachment. That which has nothing to do with attachment or detachment. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. Don't let it become blocking within the belief values that is given values to itself regarding arising or ceasing with something. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. No is not even no itself. Once there is no limitation with just belief values of deluded viewpoints, then the purification will be without boundaries. It will be boundless purification. If there is the limitation within the karmic difficulties of the belief values within belief values or titi, then there is no proceeding of compassion and great compassion. Samsara will still be a burden in itself as usual. Let's help through ending, unwinding and releasing onwards. This is not just about ending for the sake of ending. Help through ending continuously so that it will be graceful by the great compassion itself. Disregard even from the disregard itself, all the same to everything, internally and externally, towards all things and all elements. Purify through the extinction and emptiness, in the way without angles. This will be the purification of the extinction without being specific to any certain things. Let it be all the same to all and everything, whether it's elements or not, mind or not mind, the beings or not. Let it be balanced for all. Disregard even from the disregard itself, all the same to everything, whether they are the beings or not. Don't be deludedly discriminate or distinguish anything to create complication. To be obsessed with distinguishments or separation, it will be stuck right there. Even disregarding is not itself. Even non-attachment is not itself. How can there be any delusion to distinguish anything? To be obsessed with such thing is become a delusion in itself. Let's directly purify through the extinction and the emptiness. Directly help through ending. Be direct. Disregard even from the disregard itself, all the same. Don't be obsessed with fabricating towards one another. Restless towards one another. Be direct to help through ending for samsara. Don't be restless towards one another. Don't be obsessed to use titi towards one another. Don't be obsessed to use opinions and meanings restlessly towards one another, on and on. Don't be obsessed to use looking, seeing and knowing back and forth towards one another. Restlessly using insight toward one another. Be direct towards ending to help one another. Disregard even from the disregard itself, all the same. Go beyond big heart or small heart. Go beyond the mind in this way and that way. Be deliberate, cut through to help one another. Don't be obsessed to use the mind in this way and that way towards one another, on and on. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself, all the same to everything. Simultaneously, within and without choosing, having to make steps. That is simultaneous enlightenment, simultaneous cutting through. There is no need to choose steps. That is the belief values regarding steps, before or after. What is there that is before or after? There is no such a thing, creating on one's own in such steps. Even disregard is not itself, even the non-attachment is not itself. So don't be obsessed to attempt to attach or non-attach, on and on. Disregard even from the disregard itself, all the same. This will purify the belief values of titi. This is the samutai in itself, the origin of the samutai. The more favor, the more belief values, it becomes more dense. This is the origin of the samutai. Too much worldlings. Disregard even from the disregard itself, all the same to everything. No matter which Buddha eras, the same essence has been given through ending. Even the next Buddha eras which will be is all about helping through ending. This is not about grasping anything. Helping through ending totally, not to grasp anything, whether it's worldly or Dharma. No grasping, even the non-grasping itself. No matter which and how many Buddha eras will arise, it will be the Buddha era of helping through ending totally. Not to grasp anything, child. No grasping, even the non-grasping itself. The only thing is that there's a lot of belief values. The stream of belief values of slavery is a lot. A lot of deluded viewpoints that is in favor. A lot of delusive attachment that is in favor. Therefore, we have to form up to help end for samsara continuously, disregard even from the disregard itself continuously, again and again, again and again. Form up to help through the extinction. Again and again, form up through the extinction. Don't be obsessed to give values to the mind on and on. Don't be obsessed to give values to the aggregates, to the body mind, to any states of mind, to be giving favor to the mind in this way and that way, the heart in this way and that way. Don't be obsessed to give values to Dharma in this way and that way, actually. Why is it so? All the favor, all the values given of deluded viewpoints is the origin of the samudaya, is the origin of delusion that is very much into the worldlings. Dense with the set up to be, to have, to gain, to obtain. Disregard, even from the disregard itself, all the same. The disregard doesn't grasp itself, actually. Forming up through ending continuously to help one another. Let's purify through the extinction, through ending, simultaneously with the formed up work or duties. Disregard even from the disregard itself simultaneously with the work and task that is formed up. There is no need to wait until the end of the work, then purify it. That's not the way. There is no need to wait until ending the work or the task, then make a conclusion to purify it. It has to be simultaneous. Disregard even from the disregard itself simultaneously. There is no need to wait for any time to purify. It has to be simultaneous. Disregard even from the disregard itself all the same. Purify through the extinction towards the form up of the works and tasks. With this, there will not be only just karma within the form of things. This has nothing to do with time. Disregard, even from the disregard itself, has nothing to do with time. Purify through the extinction, helping through ending, has to be at any time without choosing situations or circumstances. Purify through the extinction at any moment, at any circumstance. The most important thing is that it will not add more the power of stubbornly persistence of the desire and delusive attachment. It will not add more of such stubborn persisting.